The 2026 Champions League final is finally over. The game between PSG and Arsenal is finally over. PSG are champions of Europe back to back. I mean, the last year or last season they won against Inter Milan 5 goals to nil, and this time around against Arsenal they played 1-1 and then it went into penalties and then they clinched the title. I mean, it was 5-4 on aggregate. I mean, 4 penalties scored in favor of PSG and Arsenal scored 3 penalties. So PSG are champions of Europe once again. So yes, I'm here to do an analysis of the game and then I'll add a couple of elements into this particular video. So yeah, just stick with me. Let's go through the entire thing. Yeah, so anyways, welcome to the hardest takes. My name is the man in the mirror. Just in case you don't know, I'm here to touch your soul.
Mr. Handsome, baby. Shani, listen.
Let's get into this particular game. It wasn't the best of games. It wasn't the nicest of games. So it reminds me of the game between Liverpool and Tottenham in 2019, the Champions League final in 2019, where Liverpool won the title with Klopp as their gaffer at the time. It was a very boring game at the time, and this particular game had that element. It was boring from the start, and the first half was a bit dull. Was nothing to write home about, and the second half also started a bit slow. But when PSG pulled parity through Dembele, who scored a very nice penalty, the whole game changed. Now we saw the ginger in the game, we saw the excitement in the game. Yeah, so I feel the excitement of this game started from the 65th minute when Dembele pulled parity through penalty. But as a whole, the game was okay. It wasn't, like I said, not the best of final that we've watched. I've watched nice UCL final games, and this one it wouldn't be part of them. Yeah, so that is it. The game was I mean, it was an okay game. I was expecting it to be um more exciting, more entertaining, even if we didn't record more goals. I mean, it had to be more entertaining than what we experienced in Budapest. Let me talk about Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz has scored. In 2021 when he was with Chelsea Football Club, when Tuchel was there, he scored the only goal against Manchester City in the UCL final, and they won the Champions League in 2021 with Chelsea. And fast forward 5 years on or 5 years later, he is with Arsenal and then he scored a very nice goal. I mean, his goal was very nice. He scored a very nice goal. And I felt Arsenal had that particular momentum at the time and could have just walk away with the win. Unfortunately, Mosquera committed a blunder, which led to the penalty being awarded, and Dembele converted the penalty. A very nice penalty that was taken. And so, from the way things were going, I didn't see Arsenal coming back to it because now PSG dominated the entire game. The momentum had swung into their favor, so they were dominating the entire game. I mean, so if you check the statistics, yeah, so all the statistics kind of favor PSG, so it clearly means that PSG dominated in in all all cylinders or in all quarters. PSG kind of, like I said, PSG has their own tactical flaws, and Arteta really exploited that, but not to the maximum best. Um, Arsenal really did well. I'm sure a vast majority of football fanatics believe or thought that it was going to be an easy piece of work in the park for PSG, but Arsenal showed that they have their strength. They also have their weaknesses in there, but I mean, it wasn't a walk in the park for PSG like they had with Inter Milan last season. It was Arsenal gave them a run for their money, and I mean when Dembele scored, and I mean they went to extra time. When it's time for penalty, it's anybody's game. Anybody can win when it's time for penalty. So for that one, it's just a 50-50 chance, so 50% possibility for PSG to win, 50% chance for Arsenal to win. And we had some nice penalty kicks in there. Um, I don't know why they. For me, I don't know why they chose Gabriel to play a penalty. I mean, when it comes the last penalty, I don't know why he was even part. I don't know. I don't know if he's a very good penalty taker. I have because I have yet to check whether he has converted a couple of penalties. But at that particular moment where we needed someone to step into, I mean, to get the penalty going, you bring on Gabriel to come and take a penalty, to a defender to come and take on a penalty, and then he missed and making PSG the champions. I was surprised to see him take that particular last penalty. Someone else should have been there and not Gabriel. I thought that was the error. Ateta, I don't know who made that particular decision, or if there was a player there and then they had to switch him for him to be there. I don't know what happened. I don't know what transpired, but I feel he was not the right person. He was not the right person to be there to take that last kick for Arsenal. I feel they shot themselves in the foot with him taking. So when I saw him approaching the, I'm like, why are they allowing him to win a penalty in this particular instance or situation? A very tense situation that could have, I mean, that is a decider for who is going to win the Champions League, and then you bring in Gabriel to come and take this particular penalty. I was stunned, honestly. I was stunned. Um, so I have always been saying that. I mean, in my previous videos, you can check that I said PSG are going to be champions. I mean, I think it was before the semi-finals. I made a particular prediction, and then in my recent video, based on the recent turnout of events, I mean, my heart told me it was going to be PSG, but based on the recent turnout of events, I predicted that Arsenal were going to win. So I feel next time I should just stick to what my heart says, because I saw this thing before the semi-finals. I mean, before they get to the semi-finals, I saw this thing that PSG were going to. I mean, you can check that particular videos out. It's on this particular channel. So I chose Arsenal based on the recent turnout of events, and I mean, unfortunately, they didn't win. So I mean, for me, my heart was saying um, PSG, but based on how some of the South things were moving, I have to switch to Arsenal winning based on, like I said, it was predicated on how some of the things were moving in recent times. So yeah, PSG are back-to-back champions, and they can even do a 3P next season. It's going to pain this guy. What's his name? Mbappe, because Mbappe left PSG to join Real Madrid to win Champions League, and then PSG has won or have won back-to-back Champions League. It's crazy. It's crazy. PSG have a smooth front three: Kvaratskhelia, Dembele, Due. I mean, all three players can switch positions at any time. They are that good. They are that smooth. The telepathy that exists between them or among them is there, and so they are crazy. But this particular, I mean, they weren't too extraordinary today or in today's game. They are normal because um, they didn't. I mean, both teams didn't really do exceptionally well, but it was an okay game. They all did better. They all did good anyway. They all did good, but not, I mean, to my expectation. But yeah, so I mean, congrats to PSG for winning back-to-back Champions League. It's not easy to win back-to-back Champions League though, and so I don't know if they are going to do a 3P next season. They will be coming strong as well. And so shout out to Luis Enrique. I mean, I saw the excitement on his face. And then, I mean, kudos to Ateta and Arsenal as well. They've really done well. And they are second once again. They are second once again. But I mean, I like the spirit. I mean, Ateta has really done well over the years. He's built a formidable team. And I'm sure next season, I mean, last year they were in the semi-finals. This year they were in the finals and they are second. Perhaps next season they can win the Champions League. Who knows? I mean, they are getting closer and closer. Same way they did for the Premier League, and then they won the Premier League this year. So perhaps next season they are likely to win. Let's see what happens. Yeah. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, kindly subscribe. And let me bring you more critical analysis of football matches, um, music analysis. I mean, any analysis of trending and non-trending issues. I mean, you get it from me. My name is the man in the mirror. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. I am Aldi.